How free is man? We have seen that the lordship of sin, having overcome the first man, made the whole of humanity its slaves. It remains for us to discover whether, being now in bondage, we are devoid of all freedom and liberty, or whether if some part survives, how far it extends. The truth of the matter may be made clearer to us if we first define the goal to which our argument is directed. What that goal is will be revealed if we consider the two dangers which lie on either hand. Thus, when man is destitute of all goodness, he may often adopt an air of indifference. And because he is told that he is powerless to do good, he will not care to try, as if it were no business of his. Conversely, it is impossible to concede anything to him without filling him with false confidence and excessive boldness, and without robbing God of a portion of his honor. To avoid both of these pitfalls, we will follow a middle course. Man must learn that there is no good in him, and that misery and want are all around him. But he must also understand how he may aim at the goodness he lacks, and at the freedom which is denied him. In this way he will be encouraged and aroused to do these things more keenly than if he were led to think that he possessed all the power in the world. Everybody should be able to see the importance of this second point, awakening man from his carelessness and sloth. As for the first point, demonstrating his utter poverty, many are much more hesitant than they should be. Naturally, no one should deprive man of what is truly his. In other words, no one should credit him with less than he has. However, it is also obvious that it is necessary to strip him of his false and empty boasting. For if he was not allowed to boast when through God's goodness he was clothed and adorned with the most sublime of gifts, how much more should he humble himself now that he has lost the excellence he had and has been consigned to endless shame through his ingratitude? This will be more readily understood if I say that at the time when man was raised to the highest honor he could attain, Scripture says no more to his credit than that he was created in God's image. By this it means that man was not rich by virtue of his own gifts, but that his blessedness lay in his partnership with God. What now is left to man, except that stripped and empty of all his boasting, he should acknowledge his God, whose kindness and generosity he failed to recognize, even while enjoying the riches of his grace? And since he did not glorify him by acknowledging the gifts received from him, let him now at least glorify him by avowing his poverty. It is no less profitable for us to cease praising our wisdom and might than it is needful to defend God's glory. Indeed, those who attribute to us more than we deserve blaspheme God, and at the same time contrive our ruin. For when they urge us to live in our own strength and power, are they not propping us up with a reed, which cannot support us, but will straightway snap and bring us toppling down? Yet even the metaphor of the reed does our strength too much honor. Men's belief in their own powers is mere smoke. So Augustine is right when he so often repeats the memorable saying that those who defend free will wreck it instead of making it secure. I have felt obliged to offer this preamble because there are some who cannot bear to see man's power eclipsed and obliterated, and God's power built up in him instead. They regard this whole controversy as not only useless but highly dangerous. For our part, we know that it is most useful, and what is more, that it is one of the foundations of religion.